Hello students, this presentation is going to walk you through a review of levels of organization. So, let's first look at our hand. So, do you know what our hands are made out of? Of course, you'll probably say they're made out of bones and skins and muscles and cells, blood, nerves. All of these things work together to make our hands move and function in the way that they do. Many different parts work together to help our bodies function. So here's a picture of some of the different body systems that work together to keep us alive. And our new unit is going to be all about learning about each of these different systems. Here's a video that's going to introduce you to how incredible our human body is. Now, as you saw in the video, our bodies have a lot of different parts working together to keep us alive. And the most basic thing that we need to learn before we jump into our different body system is to relearn what we mean by the levels of organization. Now, you know that our world is organized into different levels. For example, many neighborhoods make a city, and many cities make a state, many states make a country, and many countries make a continent, and many continents together make the Earth. And the Earth is part of the solar system and so on and so forth. These different ways that things can be organized is called levels of organization. Now, why is this so important to know? Our bodies are organized in a similar way. Many cells, which is the most basic structure of any living thing, many cells form tissues, many tissues form organs, many organs form organ systems, and many organ systems make up the organism. Each of these levels have a structure and a function. You may remember this from our first chapter of this year, and the structure is the size or shape of something, and the function is its purpose or job. So look at this fork. The structure is that it's flat and there's pointy prongs coming out, and the structure is like this so that the function is that it can spear through foods and hold them up. Now the cell is the smallest unit of a living organism. And you can see these are all different kinds of cells in our body. They are not the same structure, they're different structures. And that's because they have different functions or jobs in the body. So remember stem cells. Stem cells are the special cells that have the ability to become these different kinds of cells with different functions. So let's look at this. This is a nerve cell. A nerve cell is found within our brains and also found throughout our body. Look at the structure of this nerve cell. What do you think this structure of the cell has to do with its function? Well, this structure has small finger-like projections coming out, and this is so that it can receive and send messages from here to here across the body. So you can see how the structure of a cell helps its function. So, like I said, a nerve cell structure is long and branched. This helps the nerve cell deliver messages across the body to and from the brain. Now, when a bunch of similar cells come together, we call this a tissue. There's different types of tissue depending on the types of cells that are coming together. So, for example, if you have a lot of nerve cells, such as the cell we just saw, it will make nervous tissue. Many muscle cells coming together will make muscle tissue, and many connective cells make connective tissue, and epithelial cells, or skin cells, will make epithelial tissue. An organ is a group of tissues that work together to perform a function. So, take a look at all these tissues. A stomach is an example of an organ. Well, this organ is made out of many different kinds of tissue. It's made out of epithelial tissue on the inside. It's made out of blood, which is a kind of tissue. It's made out of nervous tissue, connective tissue, and smooth muscle tissue. All these tissues work together to form the stomach and help it function. An organ system is when one or more organs work together to perform one or more functions. So, that stomach that we just talked about, well, it's an organ that works with other organs. It works with the liver, gallbladder, intestines, pancreas, esophagus. All of these work together for one function, and that is to digest food. This is called the digestive system. And all these organs work together to help extract the nutrients and energy from food. Now, when many of these kind of organ systems here come together, we form an organism. Our bodies are made up of many organ systems that work together to help us stay alive. So, that digestive system that we just talked about, this one actually works with all of these other systems, the skeletal, muscular, circulatory, and endocrine systems, all of these other systems to function. Without these other systems, we would not survive. Now here is a video that is going to help you remember the different systems.
So many systems.
Endocrine, excretory,
Our body system.
nervous, reproductive, and digestive. Do you get me?
So many systems.
Respiratory, circulatory,
What are these systems for?
muscular, skeletal, immune. What it do?
Breaking down food so we can be healthy, bringing in nutrients and energy to help start digesting when you chew it in your mouth, down esophagus to the stomach, no doubt. Small intestine, large intestine, traveling through the tubes. My food is on a slip inside and then it turns to poop.
Yeah, yeah.
Drip, drop, your pee goes pop. The excretory system makes it hard to stop. Getting rid of waste, your body sees poison. If you don't need it, your kidneys get rid of it. Bladder, urethra, and even your skin. Passing on nutrients and taking out the toxins.
So many systems.
Endocrine, excretory,
Our body systems.
nervous, reproductive, and digestive. Do you get me?
So many systems.
Respiratory, circulatory,
What are these systems for?
muscular, skeletal, immune. What it do?
Breathe in, breathe out, respirate to the rhythm. Blowing up your lungs with air, bumping like a bass snare. Blood and lungs with oxygen. When you take a deep breath in, swapping in the alveoli, CO2 goes bye-bye. What's my body gonna do with too much CO2? Get it out of me, my face is turning blue. I need to keep on breathing to keep my cells alive. Gotta get that oxygen so my cells can thrive.
Ba-bum, can you be your heart pump? Circulatory system moves blood so you can jump. Made up of vessels, blood, and heart. It's a transportation line to your cells and body parts. VAC, veins, arteries, and capillaries. Blood highway from your heart throughout your body. Red blood cells carrying oxygen and nutrients. Gonna keep on circulating just to help you function.
So many systems.
Endocrine, excretory,
Our body systems.
nervous, reproductive, and digestive. Do you get me?
So many systems.
Respiratory, circulatory,
What are these systems for?
muscular, skeletal, immune. What it do?
Immune system protects your body, keeping out germs and infections. You got
Main nervous system controls what you do. When to eat, what you feel, your brain tells you.
endocrine system has a whole bunch of glands to regulate hormones and send them out in strands.
Reproductive system in women and men allows us to make life and keep the world revolving.
So many systems.
Endocrine, excretory,
Our body systems.
nervous, reproductive, and digestive. Do you get me?
So many systems.
Respiratory, circulatory,
What are these systems for?
muscular, skeletal, immune. What it do?
Muscles made of tissues, tissues made of cells. We all know now cells are made of organelles. Muscles in our body contract and relax. Bicep, quadricep, abdominals, calves. Tied together with tendons on the bone. Our muscles keep on pumping even when we're fully grown.
Well, you know, without your skeletal system, you would look like a glob of putty. Everywhere you turn, they be asking, where's your skeletal system, buddy? Well, 206, that's a number, that's a trick. These bones work together, these bones are here to stick. Connected by your joints in your arm and leg and neck. Skeletal system's main job is to protect.
So many systems.
Endocrine, excretory,
Our body systems.
nervous, reproductive, and digestive. Do you get me?
So many systems.
Respiratory, circulatory,
What are these systems for?
muscular, skeletal, immune. What it do?